Hello everybody, welcome back for some StarCraft 2 action. We're here with Mixu and HolyHit for the last game of HomeStory Cup 25 Group D. After this, we are going into the playoffs. So these are not the top two finishers of the group, sadly and surprisingly to some of you. But we still have to pay a little bit of attention to the lords of the future, the goats of the future, if I may. And some of you are already calling Mixu the goat when it comes to Stormgate. And HolyHit also going pretty hard on that game right now. You guys also seem to be really enjoying the Stormgate cast that I did of Mixu. So thank you for watching. I won't blame you for, you know, watching something else that is not StarCraft. That's okay. It's 2024. You can like what you want. We won't openly judge you for it. Also, in Dutch we say verandering van spijs doet eten, which loosely translates to if you eat something else once in a while, the other thing, or, well, it makes you eat more, or makes you hungry, if that makes sense. Basically, variety is good. Let's see what Mixu's up to here. Didn't get his natural blocked. Feels good, man. Does have his gas pretty early, but not super early that it can start speed right away. So a little bit of a pool gas action here. And I didn't catch if he went hatch before Overlord. I don't think so, because his minerals aren't a weird amount. Because usually if you do a couple extractor tricks, you have this non-5 or 0 number of minerals. It's a little caster trick for you. HolyHit chrono boosting out his first Adept to Reno. We have 150 gas ready for a Stargate. And it goes down. Still the most standard build we'll see in Zerg vs Protoss. Probe's hanging around, sees the drone going up. Let's see if it stays alive, if it can get home alive. Speed is still far and away done. Oh my god. The Zerglings actually get the kill on that probe. Not too bad. Like, you don't mind it too much losing that probe, but obviously one extra probe is nice. If it got home, it's like the 28th probe or something. That's still nice. It's like a 3% boost to your economy or something. And especially on minerals, it's pretty big. Like, if you just have, like, a 7th probe here, the first 8 probes do the most mining. It's kind of like any teamwork you have to do in corporate, like, at your job. The first couple team members, they provide, like, as much as you do to the team. But then you add, like, a 9th member to the team, and it's like, what is their role? Like, how efficient can they really be? Of course, if you have a good manager, motivated people, it's fine. But still, it becomes harder. Lots of lines of communication there. These Adepts do sneak up into the main, get 4 kills. 5 kills even. Dude. Normally these Adepts just don't do that much. But 5 kills is pretty nice. We even have a Spore Crawler that finished. He thought it was only going to be a Spore Crawler for a little while, just to dodge a couple of depth shots. And, oh my god, HolyHit. Little late on the Nexus here. Speed is done and the Oracle not in position. No additional Adepts built for this Nexus. So, it's a little bit of a greedy Nexus in some ways. By HolyHit here. And the Oracle is staying back to defend the Nexus, so it's easy bait for Mixu. Gets a lot of the Oracle energy away from that Oracle. And it's only a couple links that die there. More links coming out, though. 15 links. Mixu smelling blood. But there is a second Oracle here. And that should keep this Nexus alive. And behind that, we have +1 melee coming out. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty, well, I wouldn't say standard build nowadays, but we've been seeing Zergs do a lot. If you watched Lambo and Zombie Grab talk about this, I think yesterday that video came out. They talked like an hour about this current state of ZVP. That was pretty dope. And they talked about how the changes in ZVP has come as far that... What's this drone doing here? But basically, we're going +1 melee now as Zergs, instead of, like, Lair into Roach Warren into late Evo Chamber +1, and then we go, like, Roach-based, is because we would just kind of get owned by Blinkstalker follow-ups. Like 5-gate, 8-gate Blinkstalkers, and the pressure is just too hard to deal with. Especially like the +0 Stalkers. Oh my god, that's so many Lings coming out of Mixu here. Look at this drone count, it's just 41. He's just maxing out on this Ling attack here. Oh, another Stalker gets down, another Stalker gets caught. He does have 3 Oracles, so he's getting a lot of Zergling kills here. We have 42 Lings dead already, but does HolyHit have the gateway count to deal with it? Yes, he's adding on 2 more gates. He has 4 operational. But before those units come out, he might have to lose his 3rd base for it. And that is pretty yikers, as they say on the interwebs. Oh, when we see Stalkers coming out here from HolyHit, he wants to utilize this Blink, but you need enough Stalkers to really deal with these Lings. The 3rd base is dead. How many Lings on the map? 30 Lings on the map and 3 Stalkers trying to just, like, efficiently kill a couple Lings here, but they do get surrounded. We do have a shield battery here, keeping alive this front probe and the Stalkers. Only 4 probes. A little bit of a supply block here for HolyHit. That hurts. And 2 extra hatcheries on the map here for Mixu. And on the back of this, exploding into the drone production. Gets a lair, can start a 2nd upgrade soon, can start Baneling speed, and Ling Baneling versus Protoss. What a sight to behold. We've seen Mixu do this before, I think against the DNS, I think it was DNS, at the last HomeStory Cup. Just kept making those Lings and Banes and doing the run-bys. That was when +2 made you one-shot probes. Oh, the Oracles went in, try to kill the Queens, but the Queens have too much energy. Only get 1 Queen kill, I think. And if you lose these Oracles, that means no more Stasis Wards from those Oracles. So an Oracle kill is pretty big. The earlier you get the Oracle kills, the better. And we see HolyHit's just moving out with these Stalkers. No Proxy Pylon on the map. He's just moving out with these Stalkers. And his reinforcements are getting picked off. His main army is also being picked off by a lot of Lings. And this is why you make +1 Lings versus these goddamn annoying Blinkstalkers. Blinkstalkers are good against the Roach, but not that good against this Zergling-based style, because you can kind of overwhelm the Protoss player before they get, like, their critical amount of Stalkers. We do see a small recall here, but most of the Stalkers even die before they get back. And these Oracles barely have any energy. They try to get a couple drone kills, 60 drones for Mixu, but just no 3rd base for HolyHit in sight. And he is not going to get the critical mass of Stalkers if he's over-aggressive with them. Oh, Blink's back, but these Lings are going to get a pretty nice trade. Nice wiggle in from from the Zerglings there of Mixu. Like, he made sure that he got at least another surround on one of the Stalkers. If you just keep clicking, like, the Zerglings kind of wiggle their way in because of how the StarCraft 2 engine works, where moving units are slightly smaller than units that are standing still. So both Zerglings that are moving and Stalkers that are being pushed, like, forced to move in a way, they become smaller, and suddenly there are gaps where the Zerglings, like, they just slip in there. And then you have another surround on another Stalker, and these +1 Lings are just very efficient. Only 1 battery there that's not really in range of most of these Stalkers. And we see another move out from HolyHit, and it's a little bit of a desperation move out. Just wants to grab Mixu's attention, but Mixu, this is like 6 hatches on the map. 3rd base gets cancelled once again. A Baneling bust occurs at the natural, and HolyHit is at the 3rd, trying to kill the 3rd base. Bunch of probes die to the Banelings. The Lings overwhelm the natural, and HolyHit's main is the only base remaining. But Mixu takes it down. The main army of HolyHit can't take down Mixu's production fast enough, because you have to kill a lot of these hatcheries, and most of them are even injected by Mixu. 8 Queens running around putting injects on every hatchery, and he had 6 of those. So Mixu kind of overwhelming HolyHit here, and kind of... It's funny that I watched that video yesterday, but giving us a textbook example of why we open +1 Lings nowadays, because these Blink Stalker openers without +1 that are meant to hit so hard and kind of snowball in their value are just so good against roaches that we use lings for that. And then we overwhelm the stalkers, and then they're in the middle of the map, and it's like they blink back once, and then you surround them, and you almost kill all of them. And all you need is a lot of larvae and a lot of minerals. Mixu takes game number 1. And for game number 2, we head on over to Alcyon. Mixu going up against HolyHit. And HolyHit needs to show us that he understands that, yes, my opponent is opening up +1 Zerglings, and I can't just run Stalkers into him blindly. If I want to play Stalkers, I have to be more safe with my third base. I have to make sure that I get a battery there, get a couple units there tucked into a pylon, keep my first Oracle there. And don't skip like the, what is it, like the 5th and 6th gateway unit, I think? I don't know, he had a pretty fast Twilight, is all I'm thinking as the Zerg. Now before this game starts off and hopefully gives us a little bit of gold, be sure that you give me a like and a subscription on the channel, I do appreciate it. And I hope that you are enjoying the StarCraft action. We're going to start hitting those best of 5s soon, so longer videos inbound. I hope you are ready for, you know, even more StarCraft. It's even higher level StarCraft. Oh shit. And it's been a while, so maybe you've forgotten about the games that you might have even watched live. Give you a small spoiler, it's all about, you know, some Showtime action, a little bit of Gumiho in there. Hero Meridian's there. Now let's see what HolyHit decides to do here. Mixu basically doing the same thing here. Has been favoring slightly later speed in this matchup. And I do like it, slightly more mineral economy. And we see Necrona boosted Adept, no gateway research, so saving up the gas for 150 gas and going for the Star Gate once again, going to get that Warp Gate research after that. So, no 4 gate of old. Though I guess you would 5 gate if you have a second base anyways. Or that Nexus is fake, you just cancel it now. You can't see it anymore? You see that the Overlord moved back, you cancel it, boom. 3 gateways. And then you have like, I don't know, 1 over here, gateway with a pylon, and just go 4-gate this guy. 1 Adept is already across the map, sees the third base, and these Lings already taking down that piece of rock. It's kind of annoying. But interesting move by Mixu. His Lings are all across the map. He's not afraid of those Adepts. And now these Lings heading on over. It's an adaptation from Mixu, seeing that HolyHit sent across both of his Adepts, but he did the Schrodinger Adept trick, sent out the Shade or the Adept, I don't know, kept it at home. Dude, Schrodinger's Adept trick, it's good. It's really good. Gets a Ling kill here, prevents all of the scouting, and now this Oracle's coming out. He can take a third base. He has all his units still at home, doesn't have to make more units to defend it. And HolyHit goes for gases, cancels them again. So I agree, this is a little early for that double gas, especially if you want to take a third. I like it, mid-set adaptation, or mid-game adaptation even. Mixu mining with 2 on gas, I don't know if that's the plan. Are we going to see that Evo Chamber once again? Speed has finished, the Nexus is down, and these Lings trying to get in. There's a second gateway, nothing's going to happen. And a second Oracle is down. Now the gases go down, and HolyHit seems to be setting up a nice position for himself. 10 more drones coming out, and the mineral is being mined out. Now this game plays out a whole lot differently in ZVT, where this base is actually quite difficult to take as the Zerg. But versus Protoss, I feel like it's pretty nice. Now we see a lair coming out, so are we going to see the Roach Warren and the different style for Mixu? I would kind of like that. You know, just see what happens. Now we see the Twilight Console coming out. We have 3 Oracles, Twilight Console, Forge, and a pretty fast Robo, not in the natural. So that Robo's a little hidden. Let's see what these Oracles can do. We don't have any drone damage so far, but we did see 6 lings go down. The oracles go in onto the queens, and I like it. The first queen already goes down, and if you get the second one here, it's pretty nice. No, the oracle needs to go. No, HolyHit loses the first oracle, probably distracted somewhere else by Mixu. You want to keep those oracles alive, especially if you're going to play for these upgrades. Oh, the adepts, they go in for value. Mwah. And they do get some drones here. 5 drones, 6 drones, 7 drones, 8 drones. Nice clickety clicks from HolyHit here. Doesn't get into the natural because Mixu does block him off with a new Evo chamber. 9 drones in total did go down. The oracles did not go to that 4th to snipe a couple extra, but 9 drones killed, pretty nice. And we see that Roach Warren +1 and now an Infestation Pit going into those Swarm Hosts, perhaps, perchance, and I hope, really hope we do. I personally think this is not like the greatest Swarm Host map, unless you open up these rocks and you get behind the minerals here. It's kind of nice, but the range to the main is still a little long. If you get over here, it's nice. Over here, you can still attack the 3rd and the... Like, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's great. Oh, but we see a Hydra then, so it's probably going to go for a pretty fast hive. We're gonna see the Lurker Renos. And sadly, no Swarm Hosts. I wish they were still, like, super fast on ground. Like, I don't know if you guys remember. This is my very specific memory. But you had King Sejong Station in the Dream Pool, if people remember the Dream Pool, when we had the off-season, and they just made the map pool, like, super old, imbalanced maps. We were, like, playing King Sejong Station, Zelnaga Caverns, Daybreak, obviously, and I don't remember any of the other ones. But it was so imba. It was, like, these maps were for wings, and even then they weren't that good. But I remember going King Sejong Station and then just making Swarm Host, and then you just run up to their natural, and their natural was like towards your natural, like towards the middle of the map, and they had some dead space behind it. And Siege Tank could barely not reach, but a Swarm Host can definitely just snipe your Nexus at like 5:30 or something. Like, it was so dumb. Maybe it was even earlier, and it was so funny. But they had like 4-point-something movement speed. They were almost speedlings. And then you would just run next to their main, and, like, what are they gonna do? Like, they had to make, like, Void Rays and shit to hunt them down. It was so fun. But what I was trying to say with that is, if the Swarmos were still, like, fast off-creep, you could make 6 of them now, and just kind of run around and try to poke. It's kind of like a drop. We did see a drop try to go in here, but I guess it was defended by HolyHit, because didn't see anything happening. Oh, the 4th base gets cancelled here by Mixu. No +1 even on those lings. Just gets there early. Gets the full surround. And that does feel bad. We see a bunch of lurkers coming out. Another Dropper Lord being created somewhere on the map. Oh, it's even just close to home. Overlord speed finishes up, so I hope we're going to see some lurker drops. Those are actually really, really devastating. HolyHit's slowly falling behind here. Mixu just sitting pretty on 4 bases, getting his 5th one operational as well. Has a high lurker count, 9 on the map. And how many Immortals do we have? Only 3. 6 High Templars. We do have Storm. And we only get our 2nd Robo right now. Oh my. I don't want to be like all doom and gloom, but how are you going to stop 12 lurkers just running up to your 4th or your center? Like, what's going to happen? Like, your field center needs to be protected. I think that's what we're going to call it, the field center. Because that's what they call the middle of the board for Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's almost the same thing. Knight is going down. I love that. Only 1, though. Because Mixu's not maxed out, not floating a lot of money just yet. I heckin' love, like, double Knight is drilling. I think that's so strong. Oh, and a lurker drop did get caught by HolyHit. He's playing good. He's playing clean. Observer catches another Overlord drop, and he warps in Stalkers. He's in his mind. He sees what's going on. Lurker speed is coming out. And Lurker range is already completed. Pretty low on the upgrades here for Mixu, but he's about to get +2. And HolyHit about to get +2 attack, +1 shields. I think shields is still so good. And there's also a frontal attack coming. Your field center needs to be protected, HolyHit. And he does have his 4th base operational. Is not yet maxed, though. 2 more Immortals coming out. And I think... Oh, I like this move out, though. Making sure that he doesn't fight on Mixu's terms, that he fights on his own terms. But there are 16 Lurker Rhinos on the map, and look at that. They're moving forward. Nice Stalker positioning. Does get the scout out, and this Knight is giving a lot of creep for the Zerg units to maneuver around. They're just expensive creep tumors in this game. Oh, some charge slots come out and give their lives for ire, and that's a ramp you do not want to walk up to. The Archons and the Immortals kind of get stuck behind each other, and we do get a couple Lurker kills, but this Lurker drop behind the 4th doing a lot of damage. But the fight in the front... Oh my god, the Archons! No, the miss rally! They can't get through here, I think. I think he boxed himself out. The SimCity working against the Protoss here. And he's not playing for his own... Oh, actually, they do fit. They just kind of... If you click here, they want to go through the top. And HolyHit slowly but surely getting picked away at the front and in his main base with the drop as well. Oh my god, this Immortal trying to do God's work. But, I mean, this seems like an awkward position. How is he going to fight back? Mixu's already been established, and that is when storms kind of become a lot less powerful than when Mixu's walking up this ramp. Then you can storm him to all hell and damnation and back. But now, the storms just kind of help with the Hydra Ling and do a little bit of damage to the Lurkers. Only 2 Immortals remaining. Lots of High Templar in the back here. Choosing the storms over the Archons. And I agree. You do kind of need some type of a comeback mechanic here. Making 4 probes at a time. Because he wants to keep his economy alive. Mixu taking all of the bases on the map. Now finally starts mining the gold. And Mixu actually retreats. Leaves HolyHit alive. Is he playing with his food, or is he making a mistake? Bunch of cannons in front, but HolyHit needs to have like a unit here. Needs to know if the Lurkers run up there, that he needs to move his army there. Oh, I would kind of like a DT shrine here, just to clean up these Night Eye, just to run into these side bases. But how can HolyHit knows that those would pay off? Because he's just struggling for cash right now. He's strapped for cash. He needs to... Oh, these Zealots can take down that Nidus if it gets spotted. An attack in the front in the meanwhile, that's a good move. Always want to distract your opponent by attacking them in the front and then putting that Night Eye in the back. Or that Nidus. Night Eye is multiple Night Eye. Boom, the Zealots go down or get warped in. But Mixu is unloading all of his Lurkers and Hydras here. There's no air transition from HolyHit present at all, and no observer here either. There's no detection of these Lurkers. Now there is an observer, so these Lurkers are getting taken down. Nice stasis work keeps the 4th alive, but oh my god, the buildings are working against this Protoss player and these dirty Lurkers. They burrow so fast, and they just all of them just go into the Nidus in like 2 seconds, and they don't get cleaned up. I guess HolyHit should have targeted it down. But things are just going from bad to worse. Nice. A fungal and infester in ZVP. We love to see it. Lings are coming from the south side. Nice yoinks into the Hydra army of Mixu. And Mixu not fighting with everything that he has right now. Still 15 Hydras in production. Some of his units still in the Nidus. But HolyHit, he feels the pressure. He feels like, I need to take a good fight right now because my supply just keeps plummeting. I don't have any probes, and that's why he's pushing perhaps a little bit too far. How does the map look for him? Look at that. Creep is everywhere. The gold. His main and his natural starting to mine out. His 3rd base barely has any probes. There's a Nidus at the 4th. But the moment he walks back, the Ling Hydra moves in. Nice Archon Morph saving those Hydras from, or High Templar from getting taken down. No storms coming in. These Immortals using their shotgun arms to try and deal with these Hydras. They do have +3 attack. Some charge slots coming from the back. They did deal with the Nidus very nicely, but doesn't seem to be enough gas in the tank remaining for HolyHit, which is funny because he does have 2.6k gas in the bank, but no units on the field, and Mixu just a little bit of an outclass here in game number 2 as well as game number 1. Mixu is one of those RTS players that we are looking out for. He's Finnish. He can talk with Cyril in his native language and be like, give me the deets, give me the, give me the brain drain. Let me just neural link into your brain, Cyril. Talk to me in Finnish. Talk to me in Zerg. Like, think about that. Mixu getting just a little bit of coaching during any of those nation wars. He got all the secrets. And he got this best of 3 in the bag. Mixu takes it pretty convincingly. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of ZVP. Mixu showing off both the +1 Ling style and the Roach late +1 quick lair style. And both times he looked immaculate. Be sure that you like the channel, subscribe, make a Reddit thread about how bad my casting is. And I really hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.